Hey gang, and welcome back to the Tavern. We're back tonight with the HeckRazors on the island of Mea'motu. But before we get into all that, we've got a few announcements to take care of first. And kicking things off, a word from tonight's sponsor. We've talked about Impassable Creations a lot on the channel. We've shown you pictures from their website, but does that even really do it justice? Of course not. Without further ado, we've got Bane. We've got Hypnotic Pattern. We've got Moonbeam. And we're not stopping there. They've got stickers, they've got awesome initiative trackers, they've got plushies and scrunchies, all to keep your dice feeling fine and your table on track. So hop on over to impassablecreations.com today and grab something. But don't forget to use our code YBIT24 at checkout for 10% off your order. It really helps us out as well. Next, we've got Kat with some merch news. Kat?
Hey, yeah, that's right. We've got some HeckRazors merch to finally share with you all. From our California Classic collection, we've got this awesome new design featuring our new character art by Tommy Thornberry slapped on some premium tees and hoodies. And then, inspired by our California Classic collection, we've got something that resonates deep within my soul. Our new Heckin' Tired collection featuring our bestest boy George, wearing his new art by Tommy Thornberry. Check out the whole line and a wide selection of premium styles today at You Begin in a Gift Shop. Link in the description below.
And make sure you've liked and subscribed. And then grab your friend's phone to make sure they've liked and subscribed. And then hit that bell icon to get notified each time an episode premieres.
So, without any further ado, let's dive in with the HeckRazors to the Legends of Abhaile. Right, so I think we're about ready to jump back into this thing. Am I recording? I'm recording. Hey, look at that. And I unpaused the game. I did two things right today. Let's see if we can stumble around and find number 3. Alright, so it is early morning. The sun is just starting to peek up behind the horizon. I'm trying to remember how I have the sunset to rise in this world. I think it goes opposite.
West to east?
I think so.
So you say that we are good for a short, long rest, correct?
Oh, so we actually completed a long rest at the tail end of the last session. We started that long rest, and then you all went to bed, and it was kind of interrupted at the tail end, but we called it a long rest, I believe, for everybody's stuff. So everybody might be a little singed this morning. You know, it's one of those things, you guys are in a fairly secure location, so you might take a couple, take an extra couple minutes in the morning, and maybe take a short rest immediately on top of that, maybe, if you need to. I don't know how everybody's looking HP-wise. But yeah, we're basically right at...
down 10, I'm going to take a little short rest.
Yeah, okay, that's totally cool. We'll say that you guys just, you got woken up there about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning and, got fireballed immediately, so it feels good to maybe just relax a little bit. Take it easy. But when you guys do manage to get yourselves collected and get up and about, looking like you guys are going to be heading out, I think is the plan. So if you guys want to make any last minute preparations, grab anything supply-wise, there's all kinds of like dried foods and stuff so we can like improvise rations. If anybody needs to add rations, you're more than welcome to. or if there's any other mundane things lying around that you want to pick up and grab, you're more than welcome.
Just real quick, can I get a recap on what tattoos we have or we found?
I believe Shalla has one, and Vargo has another, and Scylla has one.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure.
Yeah. Well, interesting. Corvin, do you want to make me a perception check as you guys are kind of like getting ready to get heading out?
And 11.
11. Man, yeah, on an 11, just given the fort a cursory glance over, I'll say you notice... Whoa, that's a lot of dice.
Sorry, that's a short rest.
I got you. She's casting a lightning bolt at somebody. Sorry, I coughed and laughed at the same time. That was a mistake. With an 11, Corvin, there's really not much going on as far as like unturned stones, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if anybody wants to add some rations to their inventory, you're totally cool with that. And anything you guys want to talk about before you start hitting the trail or trying to find a trail, you're more than welcome to. I don't know if Shalla, you wanted to attempt another zero-in effort or whatever you guys want to do. I'll leave it up to you guys.
You said the last time I was still pretty sure I knew what direction we were headed in, right?
Yeah, definitely. And then there's the reinforcement end from some of the maps that were found with that no-go zone scrawled out.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got a general idea. It's more of a, now we just don't know. We know the direction, but not the distance type of deal.
I might wait until this evening to use it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Get some traveling under us, and then see kind of how much further.
Heck yeah, absolutely. And just a couple other things that I wanted to, because that we just kind of glossed over because there was a lot of death that happened in that fort fight. So just a couple other things I wanted to point out real quick that I wrote down in my notes here. Scylla, if you're interested, the bandit leader guy that Corvin had spoke to, Ezra, that I believe you incinerated with a dragon breath. He had on him it was just a normal quality, but a great axe, if you were interested in that.
Oh, yes, please.
100%. You may absolutely equip that at your discretion. And I think that's about it. So, let me ask you guys, as we're starting to head out and starting to gather and push towards the front of this here fort, we had talked about claiming the fort. I don't know what that entails, but is there anything you guys want to do to secure it as you leave? Just thought I'd ask.
We way to just simply bar the door at the moment. So we
We move the bodies out.
Bad idea.
Stack them up.
It's a warning.
I use press digitation to kind of hide my bodies. I'm like, oh no, I already took care of mine. See if I can do that.
I think that's a no.
Damn.
So
Yeah,
what ends up happening? Like a part of the guy's clothes just disappear, and there's a naked dead
Their
guy.
clothes
Like,
just
it makes
suddenly don't have any blood on them, so now it's like, how did they die?
Do we have a way
They're
to
not-
retract the bridge?
Well, can you say that one more time, Still? I'm sorry.
Do we have a way to retract this bridge?
I don't believe that it is a, let me look at my notes here. No, it is a fixed in place bridge. It is not supported in the middle though. It really looks like it's only built for the weight of like single axle horse and buggy type situations. So it would easily come down if you wanted to like permanently retract it, but
No, because I feel we may have use of it, so we can find a way to block it.
yeah, on the you want to give me a Scylla, you want to give me a perception check or investigation? Either works in this situation.
Spam guidance, of course.
Yeah. Ooh, not bad at all.
Yeah.
Really good, Scylla. Strong roll. Yeah, really easy. You're able to see on the inside of the door. There are these massive pieces carved that are kind of like. There's a clever bit of ingenuity you're seeing as you just take a moment to appreciate these doors for the first time, having a chance to actually just look at them. Of course, to dragon kind like yourself, it's nothing compared to the stonework that your people are capable of and quite gifted at. But there's an ingenious amount of craftsmanship that goes into this. They're doing a lot of this without nails. They don't seem to have a lot of them. You've seen them in carts and whatnot in the fort, but it's a new thing. So a lot of what they've done here is like press fitting and dovetailing, really intricate.
Just a lot of really beautiful joinery.
Yeah, really intricate carpentry. And there's these two segments that come out from the backside of the door that look like they were almost carved from an entire tree. That can hold a thick brace bar that is actually hoisted above it on a series of ropes and pulleys, so it can be lowered down and like locked into place, more or less.
Perfect. Let's bar the door on our way out.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. Who wants to be the sacrificial lamb to stay behind and hop over the wall, or however you want to get through there?
I'll do it.
All right, Corvin. So yeah, dude, for the fun of it, you want to roll me an intelligence check, just a straight intelligence.
Oh, I already
check?
know what I'm gonna do.
Oh, I'm just going about getting these.
gotta-
I'm talking about getting these pulleys worked out.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's a real
I
low
was
DC, but
All right, hold on. Intelligence, I get a +3, so it should be alright.
hey,
Dirty 20, let me figure it out.
yeah, absolutely, it will. You're able to follow the ropes up and across from one side to the other, and you find the cranking mechanism on one end. It's really just a loose line of rope that goes up between the ground and one of the pulleys, and you're able to, with just a few quick motions, get that bar dropped down into place.
Perfect. Now, I go back up the steps where they first came down to see if that rope is still there. And I'm just going to climb.
Indeed it is.
I'm just going to climb down that rope. Kind of give it a little and try and jostle it loose. Collect the rope and come and join everybody.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'd say no problem there. So whoever's rope and pythons those were, you guys, if you had those removed
Just
from
for
your
fun.
inventory, you can, yeah, you got no problem.
back.
I was gonna say, slaps you on the shoulder and says, "Oh, thanks for those."
You're welcome. But I think
You're
they
great
belong
today,
in the
Corvin.
museum.
Well, technically the same owners, I suppose.
But yeah, generally in D&D, when you're taking your time to get down a thing that's kind of pre-established, I generally don't try and ask for DC. It's generally more for like those like intense moments where it's like your first time traversing an area or you're on the clock type of
Oh
thing.
no, I was just doing it for fun.
I love it. But yeah, as you guys make your way out, Corvin, you make your way around and join the rest of them crossing the bridge onto we'll call it the shelf part of the jungle properly. The sun is starting to press up into the sky more prominently, and the clouds are starting to scatter and thin as blue sky pokes through. So it seems like the storm has come and gone for the time being. So at least, hey, dry travels. That's a good thing.
Emerge out of my backpack and secure him tightly to my shoulder where he belongs. You know, with his little sloth nails hanging onto my shoulder, him hanging off of my back, almost like a backpack.
Heck
And
yeah.
let him get some sun.
Heck yeah. And Fargo, what were you saying, sir?
Give him a little nuts.
No, I was just making a joke when the storm left that Shalla must be in a better mood now.
Shalla's on her island. She's never in a bad mood.
Shalla just murdered a bunch of people. She's cool.
I was
Yeah,
I was gonna
that
say,
too.
I think the mounds of fried bodies we left behind me might prove that theory a little bit wrong.
But hey, as we start the first leg of our travels for the day, Shalla, you're the one that's got an idea of where you're going, so we'll let you start us off. You want to roll me a survival check?
13.
13, all right, perfect for the first part. And then for the second part, do you want to roll me a history check, so as you compare the land to what you saw through your vision? See if you can remember, kind of get your bearings. Hey, perfect. Yeah, I'd say
A little bit better on that one.
it's a little bit different. The perspective difference is kind of throwing you for a loop, because whereas the scrying sensor kind of, when you're looking for something in this manner, the perspective is far different than being on the ground at ground level. But you're able to put a few landmarks together, and you're especially with those maps that you guys have seen, you guys head off quickly to the west, hot on the trail of this. And as you guys travel for the first, I'd say, hour or two, the shelf, which kind of juts up to an angle on the north end of the island, it relaxes its grade quite a bit and starts to level out, and then it actually starts to go downhill, as it seems like the shelf is kind of equalizing and becoming one with the jungle floor that was below it, miles behind you guys. But as you all continue along, somebody else want to roll me a survival or nature check for the second leg of our travels? Anybody at all. First one to get it gets it.
Of course.
Well,
Fancy boy got us fucking lost.
Mine.
I didn't
Oh, no.
get us lost. We were already lost. And I just discovered that we were lost by guiding us here.
so yeah, as you guys push onward, Shalla, Corvin taps you on the shoulder and he's like, "It's this way. I know it is." And you guys march along for an hour and a half, and you find yourself looking smack into a giant cliff face wall.
Like,
Maybe it was the other way.
I think it may be.
Which way did we turn at Albuquerque? That's all I need to know.
Just pinching the bridge of my nose, breathing deeply.
Wait, I have a really important question for Dragon Anatomy. Does that mean you're pinching the very end of it?
That's a good question.
Oh god, dragons are weird. But yeah, you guys are gonna just, for the sake of things, just, it takes you a little bit of time to backtrack through. So
You sure we don't need to go down there?
What I did here. Hold on, I see what I did here. I turned the map upside down. There we go. Now it's right. Okay, no, we need to go that way.
I think we were doing a this thing, and we needed to do a this thing.
Yeah. We zogged when we should have zagged. I'm sorry.
But, yeah, not a problem at all to get back on track. The ground is still pretty wet from the jungle rains that had come through the day before, so it's pretty easy enough to pick up your trail again. Lose a little bit of time, but who's counting, right? But who was it that actually found that map? Was it Vargo or Scylla?
I think you did find it. So
Sounds right to me.
To go check it out. Yeah.
Okay, so Scylla, do you want to make me a nature or survival with advantage as you look at the map and try to get us corrected?
You can do that.
And can I ask, did you say Fancy Boy got us lost?
Well,
Yes.
Thank you for acknowledging how fancy I am. I take that as a compliment.
24.
Scylla, so as you guys are getting back to the path that you were originally on, you actually look up and see on a tree a really crudely made sign, actually, with a X and then an arrow pointing to the right. Almost exactly where you guys split off last time.
Alright, dude, you're making this a little too much point and looking, making Corvin's fault. Alright.
Hey, you rolled the one, though.
You did.
I rolled a 4.
Which started its life out as a 1. So you get
Started its life out as a 1.
Exactly. So yeah, you guys get on the right track, and the track is actually leading you down the slope a little ways towards where the land flattens out quite a bit more, and you hear all manner of birds calling and enjoying the daylight sun and the nice warm rays that are making this place just a god-awful humid mess. But as you guys trudge through, well, first off, it's about midday. Anything anybody wants to talk about as we're going, just to give everybody an opportunity?
I'd like to hold a lecture on the difference between north and south, east and west.
Well, it's very complicated.
Nobody listened to him.
We
More like we forced
So
you
we
to do a
don't get lost.
presentation to prove that you know the difference.
Tell me what you think north is.
Oh, God.
Corvin just points up.
He points towards the sun.
Yeah,
Oh gosh.
I mean that's north, isn't it?
I think this is
That's
the old...
up.
Listen, my fancy schooling taught me how to read. They didn't teach me how to read a compass. Okay,
Why on earth did these
that's
guys
for peasants.
tokens get all...
How do you learn that? You're an adventurer.
Or
Yes, but I'm not a peasant or adventurer.
Every adventurer needs to know how to read a map.
That's what I have the peasants for.
Well, then that
I.e.
explains a lot.
And then I hand the map and compass over to the dragon. Here you go. Find us the way out of here.
Oh, you're calling Scylla a peasant?
I did no such thing. I just handed the map over to her after making the statement. That's all I did. Any
Wiggle my eyebrows
inference
at
from there, any inference from there is your own doing.
All right. So yeah,
This is a real nice
Oh.
island you got here, Shalla, when there's not darkness taking over the land.
It is. I love my islands. They're very beautiful. I'm
You know
happy
what's
to share it
missing?
with you.
Massive amounts.
Yeah, you don't
No.
didn't agree with those people back there, I'm assuming.
I don't think there's anything wrong with newcomers. I don't think we should shy away from them. I'm not... I don't want anyone to try to... take advantage of us, but we are happy to share our knowledge and hopefully have your knowledge shared with us as well.
Great to hear. That's what we're here for. Sharing knowledges.
And taking things back to your little... It's not Imperium, is it? Your British Museum.
It's in... I don't know what it would be called.
The Infinium, yeah.
The Infinium, that's right. I was like, I knew it in Infinium. I was like, it's not Imperium. Infinium, that's right.
That's for the
Yeah, that's where they can be enjoyed by the most amount of people possible. So obviously that's the best place for them.
And would our people be welcome in your Infinium?
Out of character, I don't... Are there like...
Yeah.
Is there dress code?
It's an institute of higher learning that's open for everyone, that's got the ability to, you know, sit there and look at runes and math all day. So, yeah, I mean, it's on the table.
I'd say, for anyone with the ability, I've never heard of people being blocked for reasons other than incompetence, or not even that, just not being amazing. And they'll let you in there if you're amazing.
Oh, that's nice.
Then I shall have no problem gaining entrance.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Wait, you haven't
use-
been inside before?
Oh, several times. Yes, once on vacation, but not. I've always wanted to go. Father would never take.
Yeah, we can all go there after. Yeah, Shalla, maybe you should, act as an ambassador to our lands.
Maybe
Wait,
after
go on,
that sometime.
everyone.
That's the orb.
All the things in the museum that I've acquired for them.
Hey, that's mine.
Yeah.
This
So
acquired
you
force.
go and acquire things? Kind of things.
Yeah, finding old abandoned places of high magic and things from out of character. Has there been any evidence? Are there like pre-civilizations, or is it just our civilization?
Actually, you all know that the Onstrians come from Aloria, which was an ancient city-state that was destroyed at the south end of your continent. That's fairly common enough knowledge to even the Onstrian common folk. And Scylla's civilization, I don't know that you guys know about it, but it's existed in a time since prehistory. So there's a
Scylla or Shalla?
Scylla's, I'm sorry, if I said
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I knew that our off the table are groups.
Yeah, but Shalla don't know that.
No, Shalla doesn't. But would Fargo know?
Probably not.
Would they have pieced that together that they may have come from the same place a long time ago?
It's a good question.
Okay.
Probably not.
Okay. Got
At
it.
least not yet. And the real reason for that's mostly narcissism.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're the best. There's no other. We
Yeah.
barely made it out. There's no way anybody else did.
We ain't no
Yeah.
anthropologists.
Exactly. We got better stuff to do. Like look at blue rocks.
Pretty blue.
But yeah, as you guys are hopping along through the forest,
Sorry.
it actually doesn't take long at all. Once you find that sign and get your guys' bearings, you guys start heading more westerly and a little bit towards the northern shore as the thick underbrush starts to clear a little bit more and more, indicating that there's at least been some latent form of civilized life around. You can tell that there's areas of the forest that are new growth that have likely burnt at some point. And you're starting to see signs that nature isn't in complete control here anymore. Shalla, do you want to make me a survival check? See if you can...
give me 1 second.
Yeah, you're good. Take your time.
I got a kitty terrorizing me.
Well, that's
Good
not
survival.
so bad. Yeah.
I have peanuts, and I have a little thing that was wrapped around the container with the peanuts, and she's like, I'm gonna eat that. And I'm like, no, you're not.
So you get the idea. It's hard to tell exactly because you've never really approached the island quite like this before. Normally in your travels, Shalla, you kind of tend to stick to the coastal roads. Even that more interior ring road that you guys traveled a little while from Nicaranu was kind of unfamiliar to you. And this area is still unfamiliar to you, but you're getting the idea. You're picking up on a few things, especially in the treetops. There's a kind of a common red-leafed vine that grows in the areas that are kind of around the town of Maliki, or Malachi. I don't know how whatever. So your best guess is you're in that same part of the island, but you're not 100% sure.
Okay.
But as you guys are moseying on, Fargo, do you want to roll me a nature or survival checks? Or we'll say with advantage because you guys are looking at the map now.
Yeah. Where did that pop up? Okay, on this one. 18 with advantage. Not the greatest, but...
not too bad. Better than a nat 1. But, yeah. As the ground starts to level out and some of that thicker underbrush that I was talking about is kind of subsiding and giving way to, like, shorter grasses and even, like, it's starting to become really easy to pick out game trails that some island animals may have carved through the underbrush with some regularity. So you see that like kind of V shape in the grass that kind of pushes through a barren segment of and you even come across a set of people tracks.
Fresh.
Do you want to make me an investigation, Shalla? See if...
Yeah, I'll silence everyone as soon as I come across those. Point them out.
Shalla, yeah, these are indeed fresh. And they're kind of easy enough to put together. You see one pair of footprints that is pretty indicative of your standard island made leather foot coverings. A shoe or a boot. It's not rocket science, not complicated. Pretty small. Looks like it might belong to a female or a child. It's kind of hard to say for sure. And then another set of footprints kind of in that same cluster going in the same direction with the same kind of telltale signs that these are fairly recent, most of which being that there's not water pooled in them. It's more like just feet pressing down into wet ground. And the second set is a flat. It's a person shoe. It's flat, and then there's two deep indentations that run kind of across it. One at the front, one at the back, like kind of beneath the ball and the heel of the foot. Which they're not the most familiar design to you. But It's kind of hard to put a time frame on them, as you know.
Yeah.
You've really never had to go through the trouble of actually tracking people, and you're not a hunter, so it's kind of hard to tell. But you're able to tell that it's 2 people that have been through here,
Relatively recent.
likely this morning, as it's now close to mid-afternoon. Likely this morning.
Does that look like an Austrian shoe?
I want to make me a what do I want to call this? History check? Let's call it a history check.
Right, I'll guidance myself. The guidance of my youth. Oh, wow.
Hey, that's
Pretty
good. Good check. There is something about it that does kind of remind you of Austrian wooden sandals that some people wear. It's not really the current fashion or even like a recent fashion, but you're familiar that some Austrian, especially like I don't want to call them peasants, but more like on the far fringes of the civilization, where things go from the kind of grandiose marble and gold to the more dusty, side towns that kind of the world forgot. So it's really kind of hard to tell if it's actually an Austrian design or if it's just a simple way for people to make a shoe. But similarities.
Corvin, do those look familiar to you? We're supposed to be the first ones here, right?
Not to me, no.
Alright.
Would they be something that I would recognize, Jake?
Probably not. Perigee Point has kind of long been to a point where it's not really gonna it's not a peasant town. It really kind of never was. It started off, it was just a few small groups of people that were mostly affiliated with the government and the lighthouse.
Okay.
So it's really not anything crazy. Now, you're familiar with the luminary guard that run the lighthouse. They often wear kind of the flowing, like roby, like almost monk-like vestments. Okay. And they sometimes have wooden sandals, but theirs are usually not they don't have any type of a sole to them, so it's usually just a piece of wood.
Gotcha. There is your answer, Bardo. No, I wouldn't. I relay that information to them. That's about as much as I got.
But yeah, so
let's
you guys gonna
follow this with caution?
Yeah, okay, heck yeah, that's what I was looking for. So are you guys gonna be going stealthily about this, or
Not necessarily stealthy, but quietly, maybe. Or what do you all think?
I'd probably suggest sneaking unless you know about people around here.
And I've got my head on a swivel, so.
okay?
Does anyone have like expertise, stealth, or anything along those lines?
You've got big metal armor.
I got +8. I'm pretty good at it.
I have a +6.
Do you two want to go ahead, kind of scout out the area, and we can follow behind?
Yeah, we can.
Sure. Well,
Let's split the party.
do that, I guess.
Yay!
Just want to point this out.
Because nothing bad ever happened.
Corvin's really good at picking locks, and Shalla's good at being sneaky. Now you're both sus.
Hey, you know what? You have to.
I mean, Vargo's gonna be.
But
I'm
he's
a little
supposed to be. You're just.
Brunette.
You're a druid.
I had to get into
But I'm
Father's
also-
liquor cabinet somehow.
Gosh.
All right. So, Vargo and Shalla, do you guys want to make me a stealth check as we get going sneaky on this little scouting trip?
Show. Let's see again.
Strong offering from Shalla. Heck, good for Vargo as well. Really no problem at all here, guys. There's kind of a cacophony going on around you guys as there's birds calling back and forth. You can hear small monkeys that are like jumping between the treetops. There's plenty of ambient noise to kind of conceal yourself behind as you guys kind of press forward. Are you guys following the path directly, or like kind of paralleling it, or what you guys thinking?
Probably
Is there
wanna
any like overhang that we could be like sneaking in?
It's pretty flat, actually. I mean, there's a good amount of, palm and oaks and, tree canopy.
But not really any like cover.
Not really. Like, there's tallish grass that I'd say is probably, comes up to your mid-thigh. But not a whole lot of, like, overt cover.
probably try to keep an eye on the tracks. If we're assuming we're still following them.
I gotcha.
Yeah, tracks and I guess ahead and around us, just in case. I mean, is it pretty open?
Yeah, why don't you make me a perception check, Shalla?
What? My passive 25 doesn't tell me that.
It might if this goes badly.
Okay.
Hey, perfectly matched.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting. Far ahead of you, probably 100, 200 feet ahead of you, you can see a rock, like a cliff face that towers up and almost completely obscures your view for a good little way. So there's a pretty substantial rock face in the middle of the jungle ahead of you guys, and that's really kind of all. There is you start to, as you guys are like slowly making your way, you start to pick up the sound of moving water, and before long you guys see a small creek out of the far end of your view. Plenty of trees around, pretty much everywhere, and that creek comes in from your guys' left side and goes up towards that rock formation, and then afterwards you can actually hear the kind of faint roar of a small waterfall as you guys slowly start to approach that, like nearing towards that rock formation. I will say that it's the tree cover is dense enough that you're not able to tell how high that rock formation goes, but it's pretty massive on ground level.
Is that the place? Wait, are we even still traveling in the right direction if we started following these footprints?
Want to make me a survival check for it?
20.
20's good. Yeah, looking at that map and kind of, it's not a good map by any means. It's kind of a, crayon on a napkin type of thing. You're pretty confident that you're kind of in the middle of whatever that no-go zone is. It's hard to tell if it's to scale or if it was just, they got tired of drawing squiggly lines, but you feel like
nice.
You're in the right area-ish, sure.
Do you recognize any of this from your vision?
Doesn't look like anything from my vision.
Roll me a history check and let's find out.
I suddenly forget everything.
It's been a couple days, and it's been like a kind of a hectic couple days.
Yeah.
what you specifically remembered was seeing that fissure of malevolent energy in a flat clearing with grass around it that was beginning to be kind of go into that grayscale type of corrupted state.
Yeah.
But it's hard to tell.
No, I don't think this is, but I'm not sure. This doesn't look like what I remember.
I got
Okay.
you.
I guess is towards the rock formation, the direction that we were headed.
Yeah.
More or less, yeah.
The last one we found was near rock formation, so maybe that's what it likes.
So you guys want to move up towards that?
Yeah. I guess.
So just continue sneaking our way up there. Make sure the party's following behind us.
Yeah, and as we, real quick, we'll cut back there to Scylla and Corvin. Do you guys want to make me a perception check? Is you're kind of just hanging out waiting for news?
And do.
Hey, Corvin's too busy paying attention to George. He's really missed George, since he's been kidnapped and gone. So he's just been spending all his time catching up with George, teaching him new tricks like the nuts. He's been teaching him how to go and fetch a stick to see if he can use that to, retrieve some arrows, maybe.
We'll find out tomorrow. He's still going after that first one. Heck yeah. So it's kind of quiet, and it's kind of like creepily quiet, because like it's impressive to learn the skills of your companions, because they'd hardly gotten, by your estimation, maybe 5-10 feet out of the down the trail, and you looked away for a second as you heard a crack in the brush, only to look over and see one of those little tiny little beady-eyed monkeys just sitting there on a branch with another stick in his hand, and he just cracks it, just staring straight at you. And you look back and they're completely gone. They haven't made a sound, and they're just vanished into the woods. And but no threats in the immediate area outside of one spiteful monkey. As we pan back over to Vargo and Shalla, do you guys want to make me one more stealth check as we're approaching this rock formation? Hey, good stuff all around. So yeah, you guys make your way up to this rock formation. It's really not that far, but taking your time, it takes you a good 10 minutes to get up to it. And as you get up to it and the trees kind of pull back, you're kind of at a loss. It comes up, the terrain actually like goes up on one side of it, almost like a ramp. It's still some impressive segments of it where you can kind of make your way up, you figure, but then it's like a 5-foot scale up to the next level where it kind of ramps out again and kind of goes up at an angle. But it's a good sheer rock face on the one side, where the creek kind of runs along the side of it, and it goes up about 25 feet into the air, and it seems to level out. Like it could give a good perspective of the area, possibly. But yeah, the entire top of this little rock formation is completely open and unobscured. And it's high enough up that you guys can't see the top from down there.
Probably go back and tell them before trying to do any rock climbing, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you want to make one of you guys want to make me a perception check real quick?
can do that.
All right, Fargo.
24.
Hey, 24 is great. As you're kind of like taking in the area right before you guys start to head back for your compatriots, you do still have a beat on those footprints, and those footprints do make them their way up, like they're doing going up on top of the rock face as well. You can actually see a couple like muddy streaks where you could see a foot slipped as they were climbing up levels a little bit.
Yeah, it's the easiest way up, probably.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd say it takes about 30 minutes to get back to Scylla and Corvin quietly, but you guys make it back no problem at all.
You guys, how are things going back here? We found it looks like a rock formation that the footprints lead up onto. So we figured we'd come check in.
Oh, they found us?
Yeah, they found you. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like
Would you get a little lost?
I turned around and you weren't there.
Right.
Sorry.
You guys went somewhere?
Good lord. The fate of the world rests
What a
in your
mess.
hands.
Hold on a second. What I missed? Sorry, I was just. Yes, George. That's stick right there. That's the one that I got. Okay, he's got it. Okay.
We followed the footprints up to the rock face, and it looks like they go up the rock face. So we're gonna go that way.
Okie dokie. I get tired of waiting for George. I just go over, pick it up. I put the stick in his hand. He takes it, eats it, and just climbs back on my shoulder.
He just looks like he's got the happiest look on his face, like victory.
You could have done this all along?
It's easier when the person brings it to you. He's starting to learn.
Cat at heart.
Yeah, he's got the personality of a grumpy old geriatric cat, man. What can we say?
I was going to say, who's training who?
Exactly.
It's clear to the rest of us. Someday Corvin will pick it up. But as you guys...
If you can roll high enough in investigation or perception.
But yeah, you guys meet back up and kind of convey what was going on and make your way towards that rock formation. When you're not moving very slowly, not having to, worry about the stealth aspect of it. It's not too bad at all to get back to that rock face. And like I said, it's got a let me describe it better. Yeah, there's a segment of it that kind of ramps up from the ground. And you can tell that it's like rock rubble and whatnot that's just had dirt over time collect and vines decompose and kind of add to that natural cover of it. There's one segment that it ramps up about 10 feet, and then there's a 5-foot sheer of a large rock that you have to climb up. It's like I said, it's 5 foot. It's really not that bad. It angles up again and levels out with another 4 or 5 foot rock that you have to climb up. So it's not terrible. It'll just take a little bit of, careful footing to get up there. So if you guys want to, go ahead and make me a group athletics or acrobat. Let's say athletics for this specifically. I don't know how you could do a backflip, and that can help you. Not bad. Perfect. Yeah, like I said, these are not challenging rocks to climb. As you guys make your way to the first landing, could I get a round of perception checks from everybody? justice.
Oh, I did not get the 1. I thought the blue one was mine for a second.
No, that was me.
Good old
Even with a 1, I roll 111.
Vargo saves the day, and Scylla's not bad either. Corvin, you're able to see it as well after, you guys, after Vargo kind of notices it. Across the, how do I want to say this? Off to your all's left, more or less, there's an area of tree canopy that comes into view that has got that look to it, like all the color's been drained out of it. And it just makes like a blurry gradient line towards the top of some of the trees. So it's on the other side of the rock face. But you're seeing... Yeah. But we do have one more landing to surmount if you guys are still intent on getting up to the top. So that'd be one more round of athletic checks.
Yay!
Yay! Shalla's having a hard time, guys.
I'm on the struggle bus.
Hey.
Should turn into a climbing animal.
Okay. I could just throw my ascension and just float up there.
Yeah, I mean, you absolutely could.
I would much rather use
It'd
it in
be funny if
battle,
she's just
though.
standing 1 inch off of someone's back and they're just climbing and she's just slowly hovering above it.
But yeah, for the sake of all of this, Vargo, it took you a little bit of effort. This was the one where you saw the like scuffed, muddy footprint going up the stone. So it looks like they might have had a little bit of trouble here as well. But you're able to like grab hold of a handful of grass and weeds, and you're able to pull yourself the rest of the way up. Shalla, you do the same, but your handful of grass kind of tears loose and you fall back. Like I said, this is 5 foot tall, so we're not talking like anything but like a couple, maybe a foot at the most, so you're not injured in any way, shape, or form.
Except for my pride.
You want to give it another shot, Shalla?
A little.
Yeah, much better. Yeah. I'll say with Vargo's help, he can point out to you a good place to grab hold, and you make it up there. And as you make it to that second landing, actually, in your head, you hear a probably feminine, I don't want to say voice, but it's way more of like a hiss. As you, it kind of like comes in like when you're wearing a good set of headphones that have that 3D surround sound type of thing, and it just sounds like it's coming from every side at the same time.
Like a white noise.
A little bit, but a little bit more like primal to it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But as that sound subsides and you kind of looking around on the second landing, your sensory gaps are filled in a little bit as you guys take in the surroundings. Off to your immediate left is it's hard to say how far down it goes, a sheer drop off. So this is part rock formation, part cliff face. And you guys are on the peak of it, basically. That's what's going on here. So as you guys look over to your left side, you can look straight down, maybe 30, 40 feet down to the canopy below you. There are a number of massive old trees, though, that have grown up beyond that canopy. And that's, in fact, some of what you are seeing with that grayscale effect. So it looks like whatever is going on beneath you as you guys look down. And it for a second, it's weird because it's such a wide area. But you realize that it really is leached of color, all below you.
It's not dark. It's like lighter. Or...
Well, it's daylight outside, and the you can't really see this fissure from where you're at right now, but also you're kind of at an odd angle. So ahead of you guys, and also kind of going off to your left, the cliff face curves around and comes to a sharp point. And then it's kind of obscuring the jungle that's below, out of sight. But you're not able to see any clearing or fissure below you guys from your immediate perspective. Ahead of you, the ground gently slopes upward to the more or less flat peak of this rock formation, though, ahead of you guys. Just to like paint these options in place, do you guys want to maybe look for a way down or get a better view of what's going on, or anything like
Shalla
that?
would like to get a better view.
Can I see a spot about 30 foot down where I might be able to get a foothold?
Corvin, want to make me a perception check?
Absolutely.
Well, that's a cool dice.
Yeah, it's one I just loaded.
Heck yeah. It's really hard to tell. It's really hard to even judge distance. Like, it looks like it's about 40 or so feet down to the treetops, but then it's really hard to tell how far below those the ground is, and it's kind of unnerving being this high up, especially kind of...
Do I see anything that might be like jutting out a spot, like maybe within 20 feet? Just a spot down. I pretty much want to misty step down to see if I can get to the right spot.
I gotcha. It doesn't look like it.
Maybe get a better look.
At least, at least nothing that would be
secure enough or at a benefit.
Right. So nothing that you could trust the weight of, or trust your weight to. Let's put it that way.
You calling me fat?
No, I'm just saying that.
Body shame on this podcast, sir.
Oh, Shalla, you saying are you wanting to push further up the slope to the flat area, or what do you think?
Shalla noticed the color leaching.
Below you do, definitely.
Well, then, if that's where the color is going away from, then that's where she wants to go.
Let me try to let me draw this real quick, because I don't think I'm doing a great job of explaining it.
Is it like there's something dead underneath, and they're like dead trees on top?
Or it might have killed off the trees from whatever's underneath.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
So this is kind of where you guys came up, and this is kind of where you're at right now. And what you're looking down and seeing is that the jungle in this area down below you guys is kind of got that grayscale appearance to it.
So it's like a little valley of gray.
And it goes around. It looks like it might keep going, but you guys can't from your vantage point because this is all uphill, and this is like a prominent point that kind of obscures your view of below and the rest of the jungle. But you're seeing a bunch of grayed out land below you, but you're not seeing a clearing, and you're not seeing the black fissure that Shalla had seen.
Well, then maybe we need to go up to that prominent point.
Yeah, we may as
Works
well
with me.
before we head down.
Okay. All
Who
right.
has the best athletics?
Oh, this is not a check thing.
Oh, okay.
It's sloping up gently enough that it's not really a big deal. From like this top landing that you're on, you guys are able to see that there's a grass cover up here that likely has grown over time as debris was dropped on it and vegetation tried to take hold before composting into essentially soil. So there's like a loose couple inch thick like carpet of grass up here. Like think of like a really crappy little like crystal meth community, and how they have like you'll see a house, the roof's completely covered with like moss. It's kind of like that vibe. As you guys push up and around the bend, there's a fair amount of like loose stones, some of them pretty decent in size, up to the size of a person, tall and wider than maybe 2 or 3. Here or there, there's actually a couple trees that are on the far end that faces the part of the jungle that you guys were already in. There's 2 trees that have grown for quite some time. You can tell that their bark is aged and weathered, and their roots go out in a wide fan, and you can actually see them leaning over, pulling up that type of like forestry carpet that's kind of formed. So it's not deep at all here, to the point where that poor tree's just kind of barely hanging on for life.
We gotta go under the tree, of course.
It's not leaning up that much. That's a fun idea, though.
The trick.
It's the whopping willow.
Yeah.
As you
Oh
guys,
no, copyright.
as you guys make your way up, though, towards the open top of this thing, ahead of you, just to the right-ish, or just continuing clockwise from that prominent point that I had described, you see the land kind of cut back in on itself. Break out the drawing pen again. Whoops, that's not the drawing pen. Where it kind of does a this number, and in this area here, now that you've got the high ground to see it, you're not able to look down into the forest, but you can see a large, like radiant heat mirage waves in the air, and just a uneasy feeling in the air, as even the air in front of, like, off of that cliff face in that direction is warped, and where the blue sky was is a swath of gray. You can almost trace it up in a giant arc that goes 30, 40, 50 feet into the air above you guys. It seems like there is something definitely in that direction, giving off an immense amount of creepy hoodoo aura. And as you guys kind of push your way that way, standing at the edge of the cliff face, smack dab in the middle of it, arms spread wide, is a female person. Long flowing robes of purple and gray and black. Her hands stretched wide with arcane workings visible in the air around her outstretched hands, as she looks like she's struggling to contain something. It's hard to tell. What you guys do?
Does it look like dark magic stuff?
Make me an Arcana check, Vargo.
I was gonna say, I think detect magic has like a 30-foot range or something. So, yeah, +5. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's good.
21.
21. Okay. It's kind of hard to tell. The runes that are floating in front of her hands are they're kind of a golden, almost a radiant light. But as you kind of squint your eyes looking into this weird situation, you're seeing familiar enough arcane symbols to the arcane works that are studied at the Infinium. You're seeing a good deal of abjurative.
Would I have a better chance at detecting something with my Arcana bust or with my Arcana bonus?
Not
See
sure.
if I might.
Yeah, I'll say Vargo. I'll
With a
say
+6.
Yeah, we're
Is it-
working on Fargo right now, Corvin. So
Oh, sure. No,
Does it
it's just
seem like it's
double checking to see.
a hostile spell or like aimed our direction or anything? Or that's
it's-
mostly. I'm just trying to make a quick heads-up judgment of if I should try to take a shot at her or not.
I got you. You're seeing arcane not wards, runes that you're not traditionally trained as a spellcaster, but you pick things up. You're seeing mostly abjuration and some evocation ward runes woven in there. It looks like she's like we'll say with the wind whipping across this kind of exposed, uncovered peak of a rock face. It's pushing the fabric of her robes, which are loose, almost more of like a sundress type of thing with a shawl, pushing it up against her body, and you can see her muscles kind of clenched underneath, flexed, and her arms she's trying from both sides, trying to squeeze something in. I would say with a 24 Arcana check, your best bet is somebody is trying to contain rather than attack or be threatening.
Yeah, let's try to get our way up there as quick as we can. Go distract her while she's doing important magic.
Okay. And as you guys approach, can I get Vargo and Corvin? Actually, everybody's welcome to make a perception check here. Wow, that was an adventure. Interesting results all around, though. And this actually kind of makes sense. So, as you guys approach, it becomes immediately clear that she's also not alone there. Standing to her right is another female, slightly larger stature, with hair that's graying in places, long flowing hair that's brown and going to gray in places. Her arms are covered in intricate tattoos. Shalla's got a lot of ink going on. These are covered to the part where you can barely see skin. And she's wearing a similarly long, looks like set of robes. From this distance, it's hard to tell. Robes or a dress, sleeveless though. But Scylla with a 13, you immediately pick up on, because you're tired of underestimating the island, and so your eyes are open for any sign of anything. And at her waist is a long curved sword in a scabbard. You're not sure if that means she's good at it, but you're definitely picking up that she is at least armed. And this other individual is also looking the same direction as the one with her arms outstretched. And then Shalla with a 22 perception check. Outstanding. Shalla, do you want to roll me a history check as well?
Sure.
You unlocked the extra ability check.
Oh.
Ooh, good stuff. One of the two people brings up an interesting. It's the sword. It's definitely the sword at her side that does it for you. You remember how old is Shalla?
I kind of think of her as being like 26.
Okay.
Yeah, she's still young, still learning, but she's still an adult.
Yeah, I'll say that it's weird. You weren't expecting this when you rounded the top of the slope and got a good eye on her. You weren't expecting this, and it throws you off. But something at the back of your mind, and you hear a voice in your head go, interesting. As your mind races back to this moment.
WTF?
Your mind races back to this moment in history. It's hard to say how long ago it was. 20 years ago, maybe? You were young. You were a little tyke. And you remember a night like any other, where you're sitting around the fire with your mom, and your dad comes home from a long day's work, and he's having a conversation with your mom, and a lot of it's above your pay grade, maybe even now. Just adult talk. It's not really interesting.
Yeah.
But
I'm a kid. I'm not interested in that.
But it got interesting, and it got interesting quick when your dad started talking about news or a rumor that rolled into town. And you don't remember all of it, but you remember, and it wasn't your island, it wasn't Mea'motu, but another island nearby, but far enough away that it seems like it could have been an entirely different world. You remember hearing stories that the volcanic heart of their island erupted, and as the people ran for safety, they were attacked by creatures that came from the waves themselves. And your dad came home today with news that whatever happened, islander with a long metal stick with a curve to it took up arms and defended the people of their island, encouraging them to join the fight as well as they drove these foreigners from your shores. But he's not saying, you're ecstatic. Your little 6-year-old self is just going nuts with this. You're like, this is the coolest fucking thing I've ever heard. I think I might have even learned 2 new swear words today. This is the greatest day ever. But he's not saying this stuff in an excited, like, holy cow, can you believe this way?
Yeah.
But he's more talking about the brutality of it. And that, it made villagers lose their lunch, to see. He called her the Butcher of the North Groves. And that's your first instinct when you see this girl. That's the complicated
Does
one.
she look older?
She's definitely got some gray into her hair.
That's right. That's
yeah.
right. You were describing gray in her hair.
That's the complicated one. The other one with her arms outstretched wide, you'd know right away. That's Maya. That's the Kawanai of Tarakor Harbor. The one that sent you guys on this journey.
Okay.
And yeah, you're not sure exactly what's going on, but she is holding something in, is what it looks like.
Got it.
Well, that seems a little suspicious to me. She sent us for. She's already here.
Maybe she needs our help.
What you guys think? What y'all doing?
Shalla is going to cautiously approach just to see what exactly it seems like they are doing.
And I'll walk up with her.
I'm gonna knock an arrow and stand behind for support. Just kind of keeping my guard up.
I gotcha. Heck yeah. So Shalla and Scylla, you guys head up towards the pair. As you get, I'd say 30 feet away from them, Scylla, it's hard to, you're clickety-clack. It's hard to, and you guys aren't trying to be, especially with familiar faces bound. Maya doesn't seem to acknowledge you whatsoever. She stays completely focused on the task ahead of her. The other female, she whips her head in your all's direction immediately, and her hand goes straight to that sword at her waist. But she sees you, Shalla, and she recognizes you as an islander. Most likely recognizes you as a Tomawatwi, and relaxes quite a bit. She does whisper under her breath towards Maya, but it's faint enough that you guys are not able to hear.
Okay.
So they're just, she's just kind of dead staring you, kind of, about 30 feet away. But yeah, as you guys, I'll let Vargo and Corvin, you guys can position yourself however you want to be for right now. I just was going off of what I knew about Scylla and Shalla's, so you guys are cool to do whatever you want real quick.
I'd probably be up closer to him.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I'd come up. Why can I not?
You have my-
There we go. I'm gonna hang back this way about here by the rocks.
Okay,
Kinda
sounds good.
Mount up, get a position, and I'm within distance. So
I gotcha.
I'm going to cast a spiritual weapon, get it floating around.
Okay, cool. Where would you like for that to be at, sir, ma'am?
You just pop it up next to me.
Cool. Let me make it a little bit smaller real quick. That's what she said.
Fresh, so I can.
There we go.
Spell.
Perfect. And Shalla, are you good? Good there where you're at?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So yeah. As you guys walk up, and the lady with the sword to the side notices you and whispers to Maya. She doesn't even turn her head. It looks like what she's doing is taking a tremendous amount of concentration. And you can see now, as you guys are closer, like her hands are outstretched, her fingers are splayed wide and like clenched with the effort. You hear her say, "Shalla, I feared you had perished. I lost contact with you. I haven't heard from you since you left, and then your friend Scylla came back to town briefly, but that was the last I'd heard of you. I've tried to check in on you, and I've been unable to. I feared who'd fallen."
No, we've been doing what you asked us to do. We're searching for this darkness. Wait, that's what she asked us to do, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what have you found?
We've found some of it. We've eliminated some of it.
You've eliminated it? How did you do that?
We piled rocks in it.
Yeah, basically.
By hitting it very hard with a very large rock.
Yeah.
So you do not have a method outside of...
Wait. Never mind.
Yeah. There's not really a method to this, it seems.
Yeah, we've just been trying to block him off. We've only really found one. There was another one that was filled with shadow glass.
We're kind of making it up as we go.
Yeah.
She turns her head to the side as you mentioned shadow glass, almost in an inquisitive way, before refocusing, eyes forward. So, okay. This is both good and bad, I suppose.
But I did. The shadow glass allows me to scry and see, and it led me here to another piece of the darkness. Is that what you're here trying to
Yeah, what's going on
go
here?
back?
Just stares dead ahead. The other one making eyes with her on occasion, looking for some type of a signal or a sign. It's hard to say what's going on between the two of them. They could be even communicating through some other means. You're not really sure. But there is definitely some odd body language between the pair. I have this contained. I can't keep it contained for long.
We can help you.
What is this you're talking about?
Below us, 75 feet or so, I have one of these fissures contained within a wall of force, towering high into the sky. I was not able to cap it off, but I've got it. And as she says this, you can kind of, it's weird. It's like having the picture, like in one of those picture puzzle things, explained to you, and then all of a sudden you see it, and you can see that heat mirage in the air is like a pillar in the air in front of her, off the this direction here.
Okay.
Indicating that it's likely far below, on the jungle floor.
Is that something we need to go down and take a look at to try and control? See if we can't help?
Yeah, what can we do to help you?
It depends. What do you see as help? What do you suggest?
Well, our dragon's got a great brand new big axe. We can go try and knock some rocks into this one. Study it, maybe see what's going on before we get too close.
What do you think they're doing here? These anomalies have never existed on our island before. Why now?
Didn't Granny remember something like this?
Do you want to make?
They may have never existed in your remembrance.
Do you want to make me a history check, Fargo?
Yeah, see, I thought I remember her explaining it with some sort of knowledge about it. 21.
21. You remember that Anna and Nikaranu had mentioned. It's really hard to say. Looking back, she spoke of the shadow glass with some familiarity, but it's kind of hard to tell if she wasn't just, also, I think this campaign sub-theme might be narcissism. It's a possibility that she might have just become the expert in the room when no one else presented themselves as one and coined that name. It's really hard to tell. But she did seem, at the very least, familiar with the force driving these fissures, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ran into somebody who at least knew more than we did, who it seemed like had perhaps dealt with this sort of thing before, or had knowledge of it.
I'm shocked to hear that someone on these islands might have any idea about this whatsoever. I'm shocked that so many have been able to resist the pull, the temptation.
Yeah, well, we almost lost a kobold friend to that, but since then we've been able to keep our heads on our shoulders.
I see.
Firing arrows.
It would have been, I suppose, easier if you had just succumbed to the corruption like I had hoped.
Oh, I knew it.
What, Luke?
What?
She turns around to face you all now. Her arms still outstretched, but not showing near as much concentration and control.
What color are her eyes?
You want to make me a perception check, Shalla? I know you're good at those.
Yes. Not so much today.
16 is still fantastic, and you're very familiar with her. She's, I mean, in many ways, kind of a mentor to you. And they're the same violet eyes that they've always been. If not a touch of sadness behind them.
Maya, what do you mean?
I'm gonna ready my crossbow while she's questioning her. Because that doesn't sound good to me.
Fair, fair.
Yeah.
I am gonna run and jump behind these rocks behind me here.
Okay, fantastic.
And I mean that simply as I'm going for cover.
I gotcha. Were you trying to be sneaky doing that, Corvin, or are you just running for cover?
Nope, I don't give an ish. I am running for cover just with my arrow knocked so I can get a good spot where I can peek out and go, peek out, and then jump back behind.
I feel you. She looks to you, Shalla, almost begging you for you to say the right thing. It just this. The world is changing, little one. You have to see it.
Yes.
This darkness is the key to making that change. It wants to be used by us. It doesn't want to control us. It only does that because it has to right now. The magic.
How do you know so much about this darkness?
It speaks to me.
Can I ready my action?
Yeah, absolutely, sir.
Alright, I'm gonna take a shot at her if she does anything aggressive.
Okay, fair.
Just standing there clearly sighted down the crossbow at her, looking very suspicious.
I had
You can
hoped.
see Corvin prepping the same, poking his head out from behind with an arrow. I'm gonna hold my arm. I'm gonna prep my action too.
She lets out like a.
Sorry, I mean it.
Oh no, you're good. She lets out like a half chuckle, half sigh, and gives you guys kind of a pained smile as she sees you readying your actions. Almost like pity on her face. I had hoped to send you out. You'd bumble right into one of these and have a chance to have your own conversation with this great power beyond. But it seems you are proving more resourceful than I gave you credit for. Stopping the spread is not what we need now. We need to free this darkness so that the island may bask in its glory and ascend to its rightful place.
You know this darkness controlling these islands?
No, we will control the islands. We will control the darkness. It can be bent to our wills. It's easy. You just have to know how.
And you think you know how?
What do you think I've been doing here all morning?
I'm just afraid that it's letting you think you're in control whenever you're not. How do you know you are in control of it?
I suppose there's no other way but for me to show you. And she casts teleport and vanishes. And as she vanishes, I would like for all four of you to roll me intelligence saving throws.
Oof.
I assume we can't get our shots off because she's just gone.
She had a ready to action as well, sir. I apologize.
It's alright. Just checking saving throw.
You said that was a saving throw?
Yes, sir.
Alright, then so I choose the right one.
Okay. Oh, that's a concerning dice print. I feel like that one matches
Not
your
really.
underwear. I feel like that matches Corvin's underwear.
I think it
What?
does.
Oh, I guess I missed it.
It was cheetah print.
Here you go. I'm going to roll another one just for the heck of it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love it.
Okay.
I was looking at the last one and I couldn't tell what the numbers were, so I had to put it on something I could see.
All right. So as she teleports away, the wall of force that she was maintaining concentration on shatters. 11 damage, psychic damage to everybody except for Scylla, who takes 23, as the pent-up psychic energies contained in her wall of force shatter outward to you. But yeah, let's...
And I drop some.
Oh, good. Spiritual weapon is not concentration, actually.
Oh, that's right. It's not.
Yeah. Okay, that's going to be
And you
weird.
said we take 11 damage?
Yeah, you'll take 11. Let me get you guys added here to this. Let's go ahead and roll initiative, gang.
Shalla is very distracted.
Shalla sure is stuff.
Man, those cheetahs are doing good for me.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Sweet. Okay, cool. Kicking things off. Vargo, you're up, sir.
So just Maya disappeared?
Just Maya disappeared. The other one, as soon as she teleported out, she turned to face you. And from seeing what happened with the psychic explosion, it didn't look like it affected her at all.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I guess I'll. How far down is it?
Probably Probably a good 50, 60, probably a good 70, 75 feet.
I'm assuming we're not going non-lethal because these people are talking about letting the darkness in. Well, I guess we were able to save the other ones. Did Shalla mention who she recognized this person as, or was that something she realized as we walked up? Did she recognize her from below?
She recognized her from basically from getting kind of in range of her. So I don't know. That's up to you, Shalla. If you, I don't know that you would have had time to get out any.
I don't think she would have said anything. She would just sort of realize that this is this person from this memory. But she wouldn't have had time to explain the memory, or probably even really have thought to explain it.
I gotcha. Cool. Sorry, Vargo. You're in the dark.
That's okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna try to push and arrow her off the edge of the cliff.
Okay, perfect.
Let's do my... I'll do my Gloomstalker attack first, I guess.
Absolutely.
Or sorry, I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Marker first.
Okay.
Assuming we can't. I'm assuming Maya teleported at least dimension door distance, and she's not within sight type of thing.
Actually, you, Vargo, would have recognized that as a full-on 7th level teleportation.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, maybe we need to question this person. I won't do a pushing attack.
Okay.
I'll just, do a normal Gloomstalker 18 to hit.
18 will hit. Go ahead, roll some damage.
1d6 plus 1d8. 18 piercing.
Oof, that was a good shot.
And then take a second shot at her.
Absolutely.
For 14 to hit.
14 will just miss.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just shout at the team to take her alive to figure out where Maya went, and then I'll probably try to put some distance between us since I have huge range anyways.
Okay.
And then I'll be done.
Okay. Corvin, you're up, sir.
All right. I am going to go right here. I am going to take aim on her, and we are going to fire off a arrow at this young lady.
Okay.
That'll be a 24 to hit.
Holy cow. Yeah, 24 will hit.
For 13 damage.
Heck yeah.
Now, second attack.
Go for it.
Forgot to put hex on it. 16 to hit.
16 would hit. She's going to use her reaction and flick her blade out of the sheath and deflect that arrow with a defensive duelist reaction. Adds 4 to her AC.
Alrighty. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to use my action surge.
Ready?
Oh, shoot. Second wind, I meant action surge.
You're good, dude. You don't need to click it.
Alright, and then we will fire again.
Alrighty.
Dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 with her reaction still up. She just misses.
Let's see, if a 15 would have hit, then it added how much?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. No, 20 hits, actually. 20 just hits.
I was going to say, when she was 15, okay, yeah, thank you. Wow, I don't know why I did that. I thought that was a one-shot action. But anyways.
Holy cow, max damage.
That'll be another 13 damage, and we're gonna hit her with a grasping arrow in case she tries to move. And get her a little extra damage. Another 7 damage poison.
Alrighty.
And then I believe Grasping Arrow also reduces her movement by 10 feet.
Right on, right on.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it does. And I should have done this before, but I'm going to pop her with Hex as well.
Sounds good. What are we hexing?
Her.
Which stat are we hexing?
For the Hex. Guys, what do you think?
This isn't really a. I mean, it's not a thing that you got
Then
time
we'll
to.
go with Dex.
Dex
Just
sounds
about
good.
it.
Hard to beat it. Perfect. What does this do? Cool. Anything else for you, Corvin?
That'll be it.
Sweet. All right.
Oh, wait a minute. I still have one more shot, don't I? Yeah, I do. Is that I did action surge. First one, second one you deflected. Third one hit with a 20. I still have my fourth one from my action surge.
Okay, so sure, but because you didn't do hex until the end, we're still
gotcha.
not going to be able to count
Never
the.
mind. I'm good. I'm out. I'm done.
Okay, I mean you still have that
That's
fourth
okay.
attack.
Well, okay, I'll go.
Yeah, you still have that
I
fourth
won't
attack. We just can't put
damage.
the hex damage on this one yet.
So that'll be a 19 to hit.
And
which should
19,
miss,
yeah,
right?
that will just miss. That's where she's at. When
All
she's
right.
got this reaction up, at least.
Yeah.
But heck yeah, roll some damage for that. Or no, that's a miss. Never mind. Good lord, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know what
yeah,
planet I'm on, guys.
That's okay, buddy.
It is
I'll still roll it if you want.
Oh no, you're good, man.
I passed my turn.
Cool. She is going to use a yeah, heck yeah. She's going to use her bonus action to do what, guys? Misty Step. Yep, she's Misty Stepping right here. Sorry, Corvin. And
she told she doesn't take the 2d6.
Now, she unfortunately had been around the block a time or two.
That's all right.
And she is going to attack Shalla twice.
Okay.
That'll be she can't do her bonus action ability, which is not a bad thing for you guys. 24 to hit on her first one.
Yeah, that'll hit.
For 11 damage to you. Then she's going to take her second attack. Yeah, she's going to hit with a 28 for 14 damage to Shalla. And for the fun of it, we're going to action surge, and she's going to go for you this time, Scylla. Just
Bring it.
gonna go ahead and go all in on this. That's a 23 to hit, Scylla.
Ooh, that's gonna hit.
Cool. That is 9 damage to you, Scylla. And she comes around with her final blow. Yeah, 28 to hit. Man, she is on it. And that's only for 9 damage. I think that is the duration of her turn. Let me double check. Yes, that is the end of her turn, and her reaction is refreshed. And Scylla, you're up.
Right. Spiritual weapon is going to float right over here, and it's going to try and crush down on her foot, so it'd be like non-lethal damage.
I gotcha. Roll attack.
And I think I have to cast that as a spell without burning the spell slot. Pull that up. Okay. There we go. And attack roll. 26 to hit her.
26 will hit her, and there's nothing she can do about it. Go for it. Hey,
It's gonna be 11 damage.
11 damage is quite a bit. Heck yeah.
Cool. And I'm gonna reach out and just touch and cast Bestow Curse and give her disadvantage on Wisdom saving throws.
Ooh. Ooh. God dang, Scylla. I love it. Heck yeah. There's no save on that either. It's just a thing that happens, right?
It happens.
Heck yeah. She has a disadvantage on wisdom saves.
Yeah, there is. Let me. Let's see. While cursed, disadvantage on attack rolls against me, and while cursed, must make a wisdom save at the beginning of each turn, each of their turn, and if it fails, it wastes the turn doing nothing. And my attacks and spells do an extra 1d8 necrotic damage.
Nice. That is fantastic. Actually just had that done to my whole party this past week, and that sucks. Heck yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah. There's a thing I'm looking for to try and read on real quick. I can't remember where this ability is. Sorry, just 1 second, guys. Apparently I was making that up. But yeah, anyways, that brings us to Shalla. You're up, ma'am.
Shalla is going to Storm Ascension.
Okay.
That's a full action, isn't it?
I do believe, yeah.
Alright, yeah. So she's going to do that, and then she is just going to bonus action have her flame blade ready.
Kick ass, alright, yeah. You just take 2 big cuts to the arm and to the inside of your torso, and you pull out your sword in response. You're ready to go toe to toe. I love it. Heck yeah. And that brings us to Vargo. You're up, sir.
Alright, I'm gonna try to disarm her. Let's see if this will hit. 26.
Oh, wow, yeah, no, that'll hit.
I was gonna say, I hope that hits.
Yeah.
So that is 1d8, and she has to do a, I believe, strength save. Let me link the... Yeah, DC 16 strength, where she drops the sword as I shoot at her fingers.
Right. She rolls a 7. Holy cow, she drops her sword.
Alright, let's do plus... 23 piercing.
Wow.
And let's see, let me see who's up next.
Wow, that was a good hit.
Corvin and then her. Yeah, I guess I will use my item interaction to put away my heavy crossbow.
Okay, sounds good.
And then I will be done.
Alrighty.
Or,
oh, no,
yeah, I'm far enough away. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, cool. Corvin, you're up, sir.
Alrighty, since she has not been being too nice to my friends, I'm gonna pop over here and I'm gonna take a couple shots at it.
Alrighty.
25 to hit.
1 second. I have to look at a thing because I forgot what she's got going on. How does this work? Yeah, no, absolutely. You hit or roll some damage, sir.
Plus a d6 for Hex.
That'll be 9,
That'll
10,
be
11, 12 damage.
And then second attack.
She, curiously, Corvin, she's got her back to you for the most part. You fire that shot, and it definitely digs into her shoulder. Not before she catches the haft of it and stops it from going in a good deal, reducing the damage quite a bit. But go ahead with that second shot.
What is this lady? Part monk?
Ooh, 28
28
is a
hit?
hell of a hit. Yeah, go roll damage, man.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy with that one.
Oof.
And
13 damage.
Another. Oh, we're not done.
Yeah, 14 damage.
Now we are.
Heck
14
yeah.
damage.
Heck yeah.
And then on that last one, I am going. She cannot. I am going to use another grasping arrow on her.
Okay.
That'll give her 5 damage poison. And then can I ready a Misty Step in case she decides to get up all on my grill? All of my movement, so I'm good.
Okay, sounds good. And that brings us back to the Butcher of the Groves. And she's got to make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage. That's a 10. That's a fail on the wisdom save.
She spends her turn doing nothing.
Well, she spends her action doing nothing, is the important distinction on that spell. Thankfully, good lord, what can I do as a bonus action?
Oh, that's right. Wait, it's action.
But it's still, man, it's
Yeah.
still a heck of a,
Kicking the teeth.
yeah, absolutely. She's going to bonus action, second wind, getting back a whole 11 hit points, which is something. And she's going to stay put where she's at. Scylla, you're up.
All right, I am going to cast Hold Person.
Ooh, I dig it.
So go ahead and make that wisdom save with disadvantage, please.
Heck yeah. It's 13.
That's a fail.
But is there a thing I can do about that? There is reaction counterspell, I'm sorry.
Gotcha. Well, Spiritual Weapon is going to give another crushing blow at her feet.
Alrighty, go for it. Her reaction is like our mini boss version of legendary actions, right? Or resistances right now.
Right. 14.
14 will, yeah, she hasn't used her yet. Yeah, well, no, that'll just miss. I'm sorry. Good lord, I'm sorry.
Oh, miss. Okay, never mind.
That's all good. Sorry, 15's the AC on her. But that'll bring, you good where you're at, Scylla?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, sounds good. Shalla, you're up.
Shalla is going to attack with her flame blade.
Ooh, nice. Go ahead.
She's right there, right?
She is right there, right? Roll the attack.
Fortunately, that was going to miss, though.
Oh, no, 15 hits her. Meets a
Oh,
beats
did
it.
her thing drop?
It's a reaction, so it's turn by turn. So her turn just started, but she immediately used her reaction on Scylla's hold person to counter it. So
Okay.
yeah, it's like a legendary resistances game, but she's only got one thing per turn.
Okay. Cool.
I just want to let y'all know I can hear the cat snoring through my giant headphones.
Heck yeah.
Loud kitty is loud.
Fire damage, 10 fire damage. Heck yeah.
Okay.
Say goodbye to that second win she
Snoring
just got.
kitty is snoring.
Anything for bonus action, Shalla?
You push her away.
Alrighty. That's strength saving throw.
Should have gone for strength, not dex.
Well, it's she rolls a 12, so she fails.
So she's a spellcaster. Her strength isn't very high.
So your options for pushing are here, and here, with the spiritual weapon and Scylla blocking her from that direction.
The top one.
Okay, she gets pushed up here, and because she doesn't willingly move, Corvin, the grasping doesn't affect on that, but she has been moved, and at the top of the initiative, we're back to Vargo.
Alright, I'm gonna whip out the hand crossbow and drop a bludgeoning arrow into it. Did she pick her sword back up?
She's not yet, no. She's not had not had the ability to do so.
Yeah, I'll just take a normal shot here. 27. Damn.
27 hits.
I wish I...
There's only so much shield can do.
13 bludgeoning.
Heck yeah, 13 damage.
And then second attack with my bonus action. 26.
26 hits as well, sir.
Alright. Come on, top up damage. I guess with this one... Corvin, how far away is Corvin? You have you've crossbow expert, right? You got that so you don't have disadvantage. Alright, I'm gonna make this one a trip attack.
Okay.
And shout to Corvin to get in there and take advantage of this, assuming she fails the DC 16 strength.
I gotcha. She's not terrible at strength, but she's not been good at rolling things. Oof, she's gonna make it that time, though.
Okay, well, it's 21 more bludgeoning, and then...
Heck yeah, it is.
I'll move up 30 feet right here, and then be done.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Corvin, you're up, sir.
Can you pinpoint the square where her weapon is?
Yeah, it is right here.
Perfect.
Oh, so can she not get back to it without taking damage from moving, though?
Correct, yeah.
I am gonna zip right into where she was, to where her sword is. I'm gonna pick that sumbitch up. That's my action, correct? To grab her sword?
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, bonus action, Misty Step back to where I was.
Okay, heck yeah, I dig it.
Make sure she ain't hitting my friends with that anymore.
Heck yeah. And she...
Now, would that provoke an opportunity attack whenever I came in close?
No. So Misty Step is the way around that. Misty Step is teleportation, and that gets you out of that.
Just what I wanted to be sure of.
Heck yeah. Alrighty. That brings Corvin's turn.
All right. You know what? Oh, hold on. I'm going to use my second wind real quick.
Second one's a bonus action. You Misty Step.
Oh, sorry. You're right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, bringing up...
Yeah, that brings me to a close.
Cool. That brings us to the Butcher, and she's going to make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage. Oof.
That passes.
It be that way. It do be that way.
Still cursed.
Yep, she is indeed. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Yeah, that's a weird, crazy spell. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she is going to... She doesn't have a sword anymore. So what are we gonna do? Yeah, I mean, that's what we're gonna do. Shalla, Vargo, and Scylla, you wanna make me dex saves, guys?
Sure.
I can do that. I cannot do that.
Same.
Bum bum ba-dum. One.
Cool. Scylla, not great. Shalla, not great. Vargo, just enough. She looks over to Corvin, really annoyed. Looks straight ahead of you guys, and a tiny little, like the smallest little bit of flame appears in the air in front of you guys before it explodes outwards. And this is not a great roll. Scylla and Shalla take 26 fire damage. Vargo, you take 13.
I'm gonna.
So I'm down.
Oh, no shit.
I'm gonna absorb element that, I think.
Oh shit, I have that.
Don't worry, Shalla, or Scylla, I'll get over to you with the potion in a second.
On save.
I got
Come on.
3 of them.
Come on. Yay. Okay, yeah, I absorb half of...
Okay, sounds good,
Yeah.
Vargo. And then as a bonus action, she is going to use a couple of sorcery points and quicken a spell and cast Eldritch Blast. So we'll start with you, Corvin. Sorry, ignore that roll. I have to do it one more time. That was a... ignore that, because I did it at a disadvantage for some goofy reason. An 11's going to miss on you, Corvin, I believe.
That is correct.
Shalla, a 23 is going to hit on you, I believe.
Yeah. Definitely.
Cool. And Scylla, it's not Scylla, Vargo is the other threat. A 14 to hit on you, Vargo?
Nah.
14's going to miss. Okay. That brings her turn to a close, and it is Scylla's up with a death save.
Oh, dang it. Ignore that. I was just trying to pull this up to read it.
Oh, you're good. Scylla, you're good. Mark a success.
Nice.
And Shalla, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Lightning Bolt at her.
Ooh, heck yeah. That is a dexterity saving throw. She rolls a 16, which I believe beats your save, but that's half damage anyways, which is something. 13 damage.
13 damage.
Heck yeah, good chunk of damage out of her. Vargo, top of the round, you're up, sir.
Alright. Sorry, what happened? Oh,
So
that was the end of Shalla's turn.
Yeah, Shalla's turn's up. The butcher is still standing. Scylla is down at 0 hit points with 1 successful death save.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take one shot at her. Try to knock her over again.
Cool. Tripping attack. Alrighty.
Yeah, this one D8, 1d6. Whoops, that was the wrong roll to add those two.
You're good.
22 to hit.
22 will hit. Yeah, you can't do nothing about that.
Okay, now I'm adding a d6 and a d8. That's a shit roll. 12.
12 damage. Alright, but she remains on her feet. But heck yeah.
And then I guess I will... Let's see who's going next. I'll toss a
Me.
healing word at Shalla.
Gotcha.
Or Scylla. I
Scylla.
mean.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And that'll be... to roll it. 6 healing for you.
Heck yeah. Scylla takes 6.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to add a d6 of fire damage
Okay,
to that.
yeah, go for it, man.
That's another d6. 3 fire damage.
Okay, kick ass. Oof, she's starting to look a little rough.
Then I'll... Did she fall prone?
No, she did not. She had a 22 on the
Okay.
strength save.
I'll just move up next to her, I suppose.
Okay, sounds good. And that'll bring us to Corvin. You are up, sir.
And I'm moving right here. Get advantage on her. And since I am crossbow expert, I do not get a disadvantage, correct?
Could be.
Correct, yeah.
Just wanted to be sure.
25.
25 to hit.
Yeah, definitely hits.
Plus 1d6. 15 damage.
Oof, nice.
And just real quick, this hex, that's only once per turn, right?
Nope, it's
You get
every
that
attack.
extra
Every
Yeah.
attack.
There we go.
Heck yeah, it's dope.
Well, then let's go do that again, shall we?
Why not?
I mean, it worked so well last time. 25 to hit.
25 hits. All day, every day.
And that'll be another 15 damage.
Oof, nice. Alrighty.
All right. And then, just in case I'm going to use my second wind, I get those back. Oh no, my second wind to regain some health.
Absolutely, go for it, man.
Oh, why is it not allowing me? There we go.
Rough. Hey, that's better than nothing.
Yep.
Alright.
And go ahead.
Alrighty. Bringing Corvin's turn to a close. Yeah, she's gonna hold her hand up in the air, make a fist with it, like she just did last round. And Eldritch Blast is gonna split out into 3 beams from her hand. She's going to shoot at Corvin and Vargo first, and she's got an interesting collection of feats. No, she does not.
Did she get disadvantage?
Now, she is crossbow expert as well. It's a great feat.
Isn't she prone though, or did she get up?
No, she
was never knocked prone.
Yeah, she was not knocked prone. Yeah. So that is a 16 for Corvin.
Fail.
Right, and then that is a 9 for Vargo. She's not doing good. And then that is a 20 to hit Shalla.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, that is going to be 6 force damage to you, ma'am. And for her bonus action, she will... Yeah, I think there's probably no other way around it. She vanishes in a puff of mist, appearing again off the edge of the cliff before plummeting down
Bye-bye.
and out of sight.
Is she dead?
I don't know,
She
Corvin.
chose to do that, so I doubt it.
Corvin, you want to go take a look? We are out of combat for the time being.
Hello.
Want to make me a perception check as you
We
run
just
over to the
wanted
edge?
to ask you a couple of questions.
I'll do that as well if we're out of combat.
Yeah. If you guys want to go make a perception check as you like immediately run over, look and see where she went.
Yeah.
25.
15. All of a sudden, a giant wall of flame comes up, and everyone who is looking hard for her just gets like their eyeballs get singed like they were staring at a solar eclipse.
It's just so hard not to look at it. I don't. What are you making acrobatics checks for, Shalla? Are you doing a backflip?
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Too late.
She almost
to
fell
hit.
off. Yeah.
Perception.
Going after her.
Shalla dives right after her. No. We don't want to repeat the goldfish moment. So yeah.
It's okay. I think I have Featherfall. I'm not sure, but if I do, I got you.
As you look
I
over
don't
the
think-
edge, she is not visible. There's no trace of disturbed canopy or anything. We're not sure what happened to her.
With the 25?
Even with the 25, Argo, you're looking like directly down the cliff face, and you're not seeing any sign of her.
God, is she gonna come up behind us?
Felt her go down. And I'll say, as you take a second to like study the canopy below, it's pretty subtle at first, but you do see, especially with a 25 Argo, an opening in the canopy. It's not moving. It's not like it was disturbed or anything, but you can see an opening where there is pure blackness below it. And it's
dived into a crack.
Yeah, and it's kind of right below where she jumped off of. Probably 75 to 100 feet down on the forest floor below. Not sure.
And if she can make it, we can probably make it, right? Right, team? Wait, you Featherfall, right?
No, I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
That's a horrible thing to be sarcastic about.
No, totally, dude. I had
You could-
Featherfall. Jumps off a cliff. Oh, I was not serious about that at all.
Oh, I forgot. I took Misty Step instead of Featherfall. Sorry.
But yeah, you put together, Vargo, that she likely aimed for the hole. Possibly having knowledge of it that of the size and the dimensions and functionality of it that you guys don't have.
Yeah,
Are
well,
you talking about Mets wise?
we should probably, if you guys don't want to jump, make our way down there, and it looks like we found our crack.
Absolutely. And real quick too, Corvin, if you want to give me an investigation, you picked up her sword. 12 works. Number one, it's old as shit. It's got chips on the blade in a couple of places that look like it has seen some serious use, and it's just been sharpened over lovingly. Looking at the length of the blade, you don't notice any cracks or anything like that. Like, the structural integrity of it is still outstanding. And looking at some of the adornments and decoration to it, it's a very simple blade. It's got a hardwood handle that's been stained and like almost smoothed out by time and hands and a lot of careful, dedicated practice. Over the hardwood handle, it's got leather wrapping to provide a good grip onto it. The crossguard, or suba, in the middle is almost completely broken away. You can see not jagged bits because it's made out of brass and bronze and copper. It's very soft metals to begin with, but you can see that there's gouge marks in the metal that remains, and it looks like it's just been kind of beat down and broken off bit by bit over the years. It's extraordinarily old. Interestingly enough, because Shalla, you got a good look at her, and there's really no doubt she was an islander. She had your skin, she had your stylized tattoos, she had your same build structure and whatnot, human lineage. But this blade definitely comes from Austria, and it came from Austria a long time ago. And the way she was fighting, wasn't dissimilar to how the Cadenzi, or Austria's famed swordsmen guardians, how they fight. And by that I mean integrating magic into their weaponry and their fighting. So this, it's turning into a web that's starting to have its...
So I think your island is descended from Austrians. That's the logical conclusion.
It's always a possibility. Or is that Vargo saying that?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm sorry I got disconnected for a second. What was that last thing we talked about? I saw the sword, or I heard about the sword. You said that it looked familiar. My computer just went whoop.
Oh yeah, it's an old sword, and it likely is it's a very familiar Austrian design, and likely came from Austria a long time ago.
Okay, cool.
And then the way that she was fighting reminded you a lot of how Austrians, specifically the Cadenzi swordsman, fight. But she was definitely an islander, which is interesting. The weapon itself doesn't appear to be magical, but it... yeah. You don't have a sheath with it or anything, but you do have that weapon for the time being.
I am going to go to Shalla and say, I believe this belongs to your ancestry. I can picture no better hands to be in than yours. And I hand it over to her.
This is the knife?
Oh, the sword, yeah.
Yeah, the sword. Yeah.
Sorry, knife.
Just in case,
Thank you.
And
I'm not sure this is from our islands, but...
Are you sure that's not ours?
Wait a minute, did you say it was Vargo's island? I'm sorry, I got
No, the sword.
Not the island yet.
I'm so sorry.
The sword is not from these islands.
Well,
okay, so then it was Vargo.
Well,
it is, but it isn't. It's...
okay.
It's complicated.
It is indeed.
It looks like it's ancient from back in the day, from where it is, from where we are now,
It
right?
is very old.
Like a
it is
past
a very old
civilization.
sword.
Well,
I
okay,
wouldn't,
let me know.
I wouldn't say like that old. I'd say maybe 300-400 years old. So not as old as Austria is itself, but it's older than
all of us.
for sure.
Vargo's kind of rocking back and forth a little bit and says, okay, well, let me know if you attune to it. What's up with it?
Does it need to be
You wanna do
attuned to?
detect magic?
No, it's not attunable, Shalla. It's just a sword.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Just a relic, not an artifact.
for sure, for sure.
Do you want to put it in a museum?
I mean, it's not magical. It's probably less interesting, but you'd still
All right.
want
Then
to
let's
have
Shalla.
someone appraise it or try to figure out its history. Although I'm fine with Shalla's got the bag anyway.
Yeah, Shalla's gonna put it in the bag of holding because
That's
she don't want to carry it around.
Probably
Also,
not
if
the
it does
worst
pretty
idea.
old, it would probably be better to put it in there just to keep it safe.
And there's no sheath for it right now, so it'd be like
Yeah.
a constant cutting hazard. But yeah, we'll
That's why I gave it to someone else.
we will dive into the mystery of this new sword next week on Antiques Roadshow. Be there or be square. But yeah, we'll call the game here tonight, guys. It's getting pretty late.